Hello friends, here we are with another notification from Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research IGCAR, which comes under Department of Atomic Energy, which is in Kalpakam, Chengalpattu district of Tamil Nadu. So it is an all India notification. The opening date for this notification is 15th April and the closing date is this is the notification. This is the old notification that I am reading out. Actually the last date is 3rd June. It has been extended to 3rd June. I'll show that notification to you also, that order, the circular that has been passed, that last date has been extended to 3rd June. This is the old notification. That's why it is given that the last date is 14th of May. So now there are some posts which are under direct recruitment and some posts are under stipendary trainees. Stipendary trainees is also a permanent post, but you will be given a training for 2 years. After the training of 2 years, on the successful completion of the training, you will be taken inside. So for direct recruitment, there are two kinds of posts. Some group A posts are there and some group C posts are also there. So for group A post comes under scientific officer E, technical officer E, scientific officer D, and technical officer C comes under group A. And technician B, crane operator, stenographer grade 3, upper division clerk, UDC, driver, security guard, work assistant, canteen attendant, they all come under group C posts. They are all coming under group C posts, but a considerable number of posts are given for technical officer C, which are 41 in number, and work assistant A, which are 20, canteen attendant 15. So total number of posts makes 98. Okay, some posts are reserved for ex-servicemen also, and some posts are identified for Divyangjan. That means it is persons with disability. Also some posts are allocated. Now the second type is stipendary trainee. In stipendary trainee also there are two types, trainee category 1 and trainee category 2. So for trainee category 1 there are 68 posts and trainee category 2 there are 171. The total makes it 239. So the details are given in the notification. I'll just read some highlights. I recommend you to go to the website and download the notification and have a complete look about the advertisement, right? So I am just telling you some highlights. Clearly we can see here, suppose there is a scientific officer E, group A post. So discipline is material engineering and metallurgical engineering. The PhD has been asked. There are some experiences given. Age limit is also given. Minimum age of 18 years. Maximum age is 40 years. The maximum age, the time limit is till the last date of receipt of application. That means now in this scenario it is 3rd June. So emoluments are 78,800 in level 12 of pay matrix plus DA plus allowances. That means the pay will go beyond 80,000, more than 80,000. So admissible to central government servants. So method of selection is also given to you. It will be based on a personal interview, and some experience has been also asked. You should have a PDF degree, and eligibility is you should have a PhD, and experience is also needed. Postdoctoral fellow research experience for minimum of 4 years is asked. Like that, for every post there are some experiences asked and education qualifications. For just like that, for number 2 post, technical officer E, group A post. There is only one post which comes under unreserved category. Education qualification is BE, Bachelor of Technology, BE or BTech with minimum 60% marks in chemical from a recognized university. So BE or BTech in chemical is asked. 9 years of relevant experience after obtaining a requisite qualification. The required experience is quite high. The 9 years experience is asked here. So the age limit is minimum age is 18 years and the maximum age is 40 years. Emoluments will be same as the above post, 78,800 plus DA plus allowances will be given. So it makes it fair enough. So the process of selection, personal interview, and one more thing is for the previous case also it is given. In case of there are more number of applicants, a test will be conducted. The test will be of 2 hours duration, comprising 75 objective type questions in the respective subject. Each question shall carry 3 marks. For the correct answer, there is a negative marking, 1 negative mark for incorrect answer. So when this is going to happen, if the persons are more, if the applicants are more. So the marks scored in the screening test will be used for shortlisting the personal interview. If the persons are more, they will be conducting a test. So according to the test, they will shortlist the candidates and they will be calling you for the personal interview. And final selection list shall be made on the marks basis on the personal interview, right? Now it is given that I think he has given one more thing. You should carry all the PhD documents. If any, yes, online application form. When you are filling up the online application form along with the copy of necessary educational and experience and PhD documents, whatever the highest qualifications, experiences, they must be, after filling up the application form, this online application copy, this copy should be sent to this address: Assistant Personal Officer, Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Kalpakam, 603-102 by speed post. You should send it by speed post. What is the last date? 20th May. So before this date, the documents and all the online applications should go to the respective office. So you should send by speed post only, right? Fine. These are the points. These are the highlights that I am reading out. So go through the notification clearly when you download it. So for group A post, Scientific Officer D, there are 3 posts that are given here. There are some eligibilities, age criteria. There are 3 disciplines for physics and electronics. The qualifications and desirable experience is also asked. Second department is physics and material science. The third one is physics and for metallurgy. Desirable experiences are also asked for this category. Minimum age is 18 years. Emoluments are 67,700. 11th pay matrix plus DA plus allowances. So same, the method of selection will be going as we have mentioned in the earlier case. Now here there is technical officer C. A quite high number of posts are there, 41 posts. This one I will be reading out. So there are so many categories of posts that are given to you here. TOC1, starting from postcode TOC1 to TOC10. So they all come under, I think, one category only. No, for TOC1, Atmospheric Science and Meteorology Department, number of vacancies are 1 only. This is for MSc or MTech in Atmospheric Science, Meteorology with minimum 60% of marks from a recognized university. Now for TOC2 to TOC10, that means for chemical, civil, computer science, electrical, electronics, instrumentation, mechanical, mechatronics, metallurgy, he is asking a BE or BTech with minimum 60% in respective discipline. So if you are chemical, you should have a BE or BTech in chemical, something like that. Now for chemistry, he is asking Bachelor of Science, BSc with 60% in chemistry with maths, physics as ancillary subjects, and Master of Science, MSc in chemistry, general or applied chemistry or organic chemistry, inorganic, physical, analytical with a minimum 60% of marks from a recognized university. And he has also given, you can clearly see here, those people who are applying for this technical officers C, group A, candidates for this post codes TOC2 to TOC11, those who are applying for TOC11 chemistry, candidates with MSc or integrated MSc in polymer, medicinal, pharmaceutical, biochemistry, industrial and environmental chemistry are not eligible to apply. So clearly he mentioned who are not eligible to apply. The same case goes in TOC12 physics also. There is only one post, but still in chemistry and physics also, but they are telling only BSc people with 60% of math, science and chemistry, or MSc in physics, general physics, applied, CMP, condensed matter physics, nuclear physics or theoretical physics with minimum 60% marks from a recognized university. Now candidates with MSc or integrated MSc, particle physics, geophysics, medical physics are not eligible to apply. Now age limit is minimum 18 years and maximum 35 years. So emoluments will be 56,100 plus DA according to level 10 pay matrix. So DA and allowances admissible to central government servants. Okay, now here there is a examination. It is not that people are more or less. The scheme of examination, the process of selection involved 2 stages, a written test and a personal interview, right? The test will be of 2 hours duration comprising 75 objective type questions in the respective subject. Each question shall carry 3 marks for correct answer and 1 negative mark for incorrect answer. The marks scored in the written test will be used for shortlisting the candidates for personal interview. Final selection list on the basis of marks secured in the personal interview. My dear friends, there is a test. That means group C post, it is for technician B, crane operator. For crane operator also, there is some educational qualification asked. There is an age limit. There are some pay scales. So there will be 2 tests. I think there are 3 tests. Stage 1 will be a written test, preliminary test. Stage 2 will be, and there will be qualifying standards also. Stage 2 is an advanced test. These also written test. And stage 3, I think stage 3 will be a skill test. Stage 3 will be a skill test here. So details are given, you can go through this. The stage 3 test will be going on a go and no go basis. So candidates clearing the trade skill scale will be shortlisted and empaneled in order to merit based on the marks secured in stage 2. So based on stage 2 marks, and then stage 3 also they will consider, and then you will be physical standards, no deformity, night or color blindness will be a disqualification. Night blindness or color blindness will not be allowed for the examination. Now group C posts, stenographer. For stenographer also 4 posts are available. So education qualifications are given, computer knowledge is necessary, age limit is given here, emoluments are also given. So there will be some levels of testing. Level 1 will be 4 tests: general English, general intelligence and reasoning, general knowledge, quantitative aptitude. So level 2 will be stenography till skill test. So number of candidates shortlisted in level 2. Final selection, weightage of marks level 2 60. In the event of tie, following marks, candidate with higher marks in level 2 shall be placed higher. So clearly it is given here there is a stenography test because it is a stenographer. So level 2 exam is a stenography skill test. Level test is an objective test covering general English will be there, general intelligence will be there, general knowledge topic is there, arithmetic is also there. This is the written test for 1.5 hours which will be conducted having 100 objective kind of questions. Now in level 2 it is a stenography skill test. A minimum speed of 80 words per minute in English shorthand and 30 words per minute in English typewriting is required. So there are some qualifying standards for level 1 and level 2, 50 marks for unreserved, that is okay. So the number of candidates to be shortlisted for level 2 stenography skill shall be at 1:20. So that means they will be filtering in the ratio of 1:20. So the number of candidates that they will be shortlisting for the qualifying. Final selection will be on the basis on the weightage of marks secured in the level 1 40% and level 2 at 60%. So in the event of tie in level 2, whoever scores more, he will be given more importance. Then if that is also tied, date of birth will be taken, etc., etc. So there are some upper division clerks posts also which are given 8 in number. For them also some education qualification is given. For some desirable computer knowledge is necessary. Typewriting with 30 words per minute typewriting in English is also necessary. Age limit is mentioned. Emoluments are also mentioned. So method of selection will be at 2 levels. Level 1 is an objective written test and level 2 is descriptive written test. So both are written test. So an objective test contains these topics: English, GK, reasoning and arithmetic. Level 2 will be a descriptive written test. And the same selection criteria is given for this post too, just like the previous post. So number 8 is the driver post. For driver post also 2 posts are given. Education qualification, 10th class people passed in 10th standard and SSC, they also can apply. So since it is a driver post, you should have a valid driving license and knowledge of motor mechanism and consolidated experience in driving a light vehicle or a heavy vehicle. At least for 3 years experience should be there. So desirable is you should have a license for 2-wheelers at least. 4-wheelers maybe afterwards you can get it after the training or posting. So age limit is given, minimum is 18 years, maximum is 27 years. Emoluments are 19,900 with level 2 pay matrix plus DA plus allowances. So for this post also, surprisingly there is a test, objective test. Objective test is a very simple test, just like you should have a basic knowledge of traffic signs, traffic signals, etc. So level 2 is the driving test. So your driving skills will be tested. So the professional test. In that way they will be taking the candidates whoever passed in this test. Now security guard post is also there. For security guard also is asking the qualification of SSC or equivalent from armed forces only. That means there are only 2 posts because both the posts are for ex-servicemen which are under unreserved category. Okay, so from armed forces, whoever are the physical standards must be, since it is a security guard post, there are some physical standards. Stage 1 is the physical standard. Stage 1 will be there, stage 2 is there, stage 3 is also there. Stage 1 is for physical standards. Some physical standards are given here. Minimum height, minimum chest when it is expanded, when it is unexpanded. Height categories for male and female. And then stage 2 is a physical test events for male. For male, it is 100 meters run. For long jumps, it is given for male. For chin-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, some requirements are asked. For female also, the same categories: 100 meters run, long jump, and sit-ups. Some requirements are asked. The requirements are not same for female and male. Obviously, they will have their own requirement levels. Now, after that, the candidates who have to qualify in all the physical test events of stage 2, only those candidates will be who qualify in all stage 2 physical test events will be allowed to appear stage 3. So stage 3 is a written test which will have comprehension for 25 marks, general awareness for 25 marks, and analytical or basic maths for 25 marks. So based on that, some duties are also mentioned to you. Next one is work assistant. There are a good number of posts, 20 posts are there. Education qualification is 10th class or SSC. Age limit is minimum 18 years and maximum 27 years. Emoluments are 18,000 plus level 1 pay matrix plus DA. Level 1 pay matrix basic plus DA plus allowances will be given to you. The selection is involving 2 stages, stage 1 and stage 2 advanced test. Stage 1 is a preliminary test which contains 3 subjects: mathematics, science, and general awareness. Stage and some details are given about the exam here. Stage 2 is an advanced test. All the students who qualified in stage 1 can go for stage 2. And mathematics, there will be 4 topics in stage 2: mathematics, science, GK, general awareness, that means basic English will be asked. Then according to that, they will be shortlisting the candidates. So canteen attendant posts are also there, which are 15 in number. Education qualifications, matriculation or equivalent is asked. Age limit is minimum 18 years, maximum 25 years. Emoluments are 18,000 plus level 1 pay matrix plus DA plus allowances. Now it is the selection is done in 2 stages, stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1 preliminary test, 3 subjects are asked: mathematics, science, and general awareness. Stage 2 advanced test, those who are qualified in stage 1. Some qualifying standards are given for different community categories. Stage 2 mathematics, science, general awareness, basic English, respective questions, and the marks are also given here. So those people who qualify in these 2 stages will be taken for that post. So for the further details, you can download the notification. This is the main outlay of the picture I am giving. So 15 posts are there for canteen attendants. Now coming to the next category, I said already some stipendiary trainees are also there. Category 1 and category 2. Category 1, 68 posts are there. These are the disciplines that you can see clearly: chemical, civil, electrical, electronics and instrumentation, mechanical, chemistry, physics. Okay, then education qualifications are also diploma in chemical engineering is asked for chemical, civil engineering is asked for civil, electrical and allied courses engineering are asked for electrical. For electronics, that means the relevant degree has been asked. For physics, BSc in physics is asked, etc., etc. So more number of posts I can see considerably in mechanical category and electronics and instrumentation category, physics post. And there are also, so total makes it 68. So clearly it is given here. What is engineering is mentioned. It is 3 years after SSC or 2 years after HSC. That means 3 years after senior secondary level or 2 years after higher secondary level, or BSc with minimum 60% of marks in diploma in the respective disciplines. So now there is a hashtag here given. What is the meaning of the post is also identified. So this post, there is where I can see this. Just give me a minute. So I can clearly see some posts are mentioned. Some posts are mentioned for physically disabled categories also here. This chemistry post and physics post. So clearly they are mentioned. Now backlog vacancies are also included. The age limit is 18 years and 24 years. So method of selection will be in 2 stages. Written test and shortlisted candidates will be for second stage is interview. First stage is written test. So written test will have 100 objective kind of questions, and there is a negative marking also, 1 negative marking. And shortlisted, those who are shortlisted in the written test, they will be called for personal interview. So final, after that interview will be kind of personal interview. Based on that performance in the personal interview, they will be taking you, right? Now for category 2, there are 171 posts. This is a good number of posts. Now post codes are for draftsman in mechanical, electrician, electronic mechanic, instrument mechanic, fitter, rigger, mechanical machine tool maintenance, machinist turner, plumber, mason, carpenter, refrigeration and air conditioning mechanic, plant operator, welder, lab assistant, etc., etc. So these are the number of vacancies. All the vacancies will add up. There are good number of posts here. 171 posts are there. So education qualification, 10th class with 60% marks, or higher secondary with 60%. Along with that, along with this one, SSC or HSC, this one or this one, along with that, ITA certificate not less than 2 years duration in the relevant trade. In the relevant trade means in draftsman, for draftsman it is draftsman ITA. And ITA certificate of not less than 1 year duration in the relevant trade for rigger to B. Suppose rigger, plumber, mason, carpenter, welder, gas and electric. For these posts it is 2 years, and for these relevant trades 1 year only he asked. So for last one, for lab assistant for physics and chemistry, he asked minimum 60% marks in HSC, higher secondary, and in secondary in physics, chemistry and mathematics, the relevant trade. Okay, the relevant trade also must be chosen. Clearly the age limit is also given here, minimum 18 years and maximum is 22 years for these posts. So method of selection is also in 2 stages it will be conducted. Stage 1 preliminary test, stage 2 advanced test and stage 3. The stage is conducted in 3 stages. Stage 1 preliminary test, stage 2 advanced test and stage 3 the trade skills, because so many trades are also there here. Stage 1 you will have some tests in mathematics and science and general awareness. Stage 2 also you will be having some tests qualifying. The test will be comprising of 50 MCQ questions. And advanced test, the syllabus is not mentioned here actually, and I think same syllabus is also carried out here, we have to see. And now qualifying stage 3, stage 3 is also good, that is a trade and skills test. So it will be conducted on a go and no go basis. Now coming to trainee category, scope of training. In the training, the stipend is like this, because it is a training, it is a stipendary trainee category. The first year for category 1, first year 16,000, second year it is 18,000. There is only one time book allowance, that is nothing but 3,000 rupees. For category 2 post, for first year it is 10,000, for second year it is 12,500. After completing the successful completion of the training, so that clearly it is given here, on completion of training the successful candidates will be absorbed on the basis of weightage of marks as below. So what is that weightage? Theoretical training, category 1 40%, category 2 30%. In-plant training, that means practical in-plant training, category 1 30%, category 2 it is 40%. Final absorption interview 30%, for category 2 it is, category 1 and 2 also it is 30%. The trainee must secure a minimum 50% in each of the above categories in order to qualify for absorption. So in that again 50% you have to obtain for selection of the making the selection confirmed. The candidate securing less than 50% of marks will not be absorbed. Clearly it is given, if you are getting less than 50% of the marks which are required, you will not be absorbed, you will be rejected. So successful candidates will be absorbed in appropriate grade as indicated below. Now category 1 stipend trainees, for scientific assistant C level pay 7 will be paid, that is 44,900. For technician C level pay 4 25,500. For technician B level 3 21,700, right? So clearly it is given here, there is a bond obligation for these stipend trainees. Candidates selected for stipend trainee category 1 and 2 will have to execute a bond to complete the training and serve the department for a period of 3 years after the absorption, failing which candidate shall be liable to pay the government a sum of equivalent to aggregate amount of stipend received in case of quitting during the training period, or bond amount in case of quitting after absorption along with the interest thereon. Okay, there is a 3-year bond after the selection you have to go for. So physical standards are also necessary. So some physical standards are mentioned here for category 1 and category 2. Height, weight and vision. Minimum height, what is the minimum weight, what is the vision criteria. Relaxation of upper age limit. Up to a maximum of 5 years for SC, ST, tribes, OBC would be available for reserved. 10 years. So clearly what are the central government norms are there regarding the relaxation of upper age limit for the reserved categories. So ex-servicemen also they are eligible, widow, divorced women, merit sports person, sports category is there. So etc. etc. Now here the fee, application fee for scientific officer E, technical officer E, scientific officer D, technical officer C, 300 rupees is the fee. For technician B, stenographer grade 3, upper division clerk UDC, it is only 100 rupees. Now for coming to security guard, work assistant A, canteen attendant, driver, stipendary trainee, these are all 100 rupees. Coming to stipendary trainee category, for category 1 it is 200, for category 2 it is 100 rupees. So clearly it is given the application fee is payable through online only. So no checks and DDs will be accepted, they will be clearly rejected, right? Now there are some general instructions given to you. The candidate belonging to SC, ST, OBC should clearly indicate his or her category. Even though they are applying under unreserved category, they must tell their category of community SC, ST if they belong to SC, ST, OBC, particularly non-creamy layer. SC, ST outstation candidates called for written test or interview. See clearly they have given, if they are calling for written test or skill test interview, the charges, the travel charges, outstation candidates will be paid to and fro travelling allowances, TA, of second class sleeper railway fare by shortest route, subject to production of tickets as per rules. So clearly here also candidates called for interview also, they will be also given the TA. Second class sleeper will be given based on the shortest route, right? Okay. Now candidates working under state, if they are already working under state government or central government, they should have a no objection certificate. So if you belong to a university which maintains separate CGPA, special CGPA or OGPA, that should be matching with the requirements which are asked in the notification. That also you should take care of. So ex-servicemen who already got a government job under the service quota is not again eligible for this post. Once they got, they are not eligible for second time for this post. So there are examination centers which are given. So a candidate can opt only 3 centers. In these centers there are 26 centers given to you. So for group A and group B posts, so out of you can select only 3 centers on a priority order of preference. For group C post there are only 4 centers given: Chennai, Coimbatore, Kanchipuram and Madurai. That is only for group C posts. Okay, all are in Tamil Nadu only. So after that, my dear friend, descriptive test and physical standard test, physical test events, trade skill test, driving test, etc., they will be conducted in Kalpakam or Chennai. So application you should go through only online. The website address is www.igcar.gov.in. So this is the website address. So the last date is given here 14th May, but I told the last date is extended as 3rd June. And now before filling the application form, you should keep all the certificates ready. And photograph also clearly, the recent photograph should be taken. An active email ID and mobile number should be, because all the correspondence will be sent through email ID or phone number only. So date, time and venue will be intimated through admit card. You can see there only. So you should, there are some instructions given for uploading photo and signature. There are some standards mentioned, how the photo should be clearly legible, what is its size in JPEG format or JPG format, how the signature should be. So if you have any queries regarding the application form, you can call these numbers are given, or you can email to this techsupport@iregister.co.in. So clearly it is given here. Candidates who are applying for scientific officer E or technical officer E or scientific officer D, again it is given, are required to forward their hard copy of their application along with one set of document mentioned in para 12 to Assistant Personnel Officer, Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Kalpakam 603102, Chengalpattu District, Tamil Nadu, by speed post, so that they can reach by 20th May. Okay, so clearly certificates, all the certificates that are relevant, reservation certificates, if you have no objection certificates, PWD categories, OBC, date of birth, SC/ST certificates, ex-serviceman certificate, whatever is applicable. So every document should be there with you, along with online form. At the time of certificate verification, along with application form, you should bring all these with one set of original and a set of photostats along with the application form when the certificates are being verified. Okay, so this is the data about the application. But one more thing is, the last date for IGCR is extended. So actually the last date was 24th May, but here recently the last date has been, before it was the last date for receipt of online application has been extended up to 3rd June clearly, and the hard copy of applications for the postcode SC. So whatever the 20th May he was telling, so for sending them, so should reach the recruitment section on or before 10th June. So online application 3rd June, but for sending that, whatever I said, by speed post or something, he said, so that date is given as 10th June. This is a good news for you. So there is a time. So it is given by IGCAR. So they only very recently they have given this notice. So the last date has been extended. For receiving the online applications, it is 3rd June. For this post, you have to send some hard copies. For sending that hard copies to the Chennai or Kalpakam office, the 10th June is the last date. So I think our information was useful to you. So all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.